4,000 years ago, God initiated an undertaking of staggering proportions. He set in motion a series of events that would ultimately lead to the salvation of all mankind. This little understood program of salvation is both concealed and revealed in a mysterious set of brief promises God made to the man Abram, or Abraham. These promises make up the heart and core of what is called the Abrahamic covenant, or the patriarchal covenant, the fundamental and abiding basis of God's dealings with the human race. Most mysterious of all the promises is the one recorded in Genesis 22 verse 18, where God said to Abraham, "In your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed." So in addition to having innumerable descendants, Abraham was to give rise to one unique individual who would be tasked with the mission of extending the blessing of salvation to all peoples. 2,000 years after Abraham was made privy to the secret, that special seed came. For over 3 years he strode the dusty highways and byways of Palestine, working wonders wherever he went. He was, of course, Jesus Christ, offspring of Abraham, but also Son of God. As I speak, it is the day of Passover, 2015. On the day of Passover, in just a handful of years, believers will commemorate the 2000th anniversary of the most significant event in the history of the created universe, the suffering and crucifixion of that seed of blessing, Jesus Christ. Just as the prophet Zechariah foretold, in that one day of suffering and death, God removed the iniquity of his people, the seed of Abraham, who lived in the land of promise. By that same act, the same utterly undeserved mercy has been extended to the entire human race, as revealed in the words of John the Baptist. Upon seeing Jesus walking by one day, John declared to his disciples, "Behold, the Lamb of God, who takes away the sin of the world." Jesus Christ was directly involved in creating the endless wonders found throughout the universe. Yet for all its magnificence, the universe pales against the majesty that is Jesus Christ himself, its creator. His glory outshines his creation as the sun outshines a candle. More importantly, his blood is more precious than all its silver and gold combined, indeed than all the wealth the universe contains. Yes, in that one day, Jesus' blood provided the grounds for the total eradication of all human sin. In just a few hours, he accomplished far more than the sum total of all human accomplishments, past and future. None of us can imagine the agony that Jesus willingly endured for the sake of his children, the shredding of his flesh at the hands of a Roman lictor practiced in the torture of scourging, the piercing of his wrists by huge nails hammered mercilessly through them, the writhing pain of muscle cramps induced by hours hanging on the cross. Nor can we grasp the depths of humiliation he was exposed to, stripped naked before the crowd and subjected to ridicule and blasphemy from the vindictive tongues of his enemies. Yet, instead of lashing back out at them, Jesus responded with history's most shocking statement: "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do." How can one contemplate such staggering facts and yet refuse to fall down in worship? Yet the stark reality is that with few exceptions, relatively speaking, almost nobody then or since then has given more than a passing thought to the drama and significance of Jesus' sacrifice. Few could care less about their sinful state. Are you one of those few? If you are much beloved of your Father and the resurrected, glorified Jesus Christ. The timer below is counting down the years, the days, the hours and the seconds till the 2000th anniversary of history's most significant moment. Nobody knows what God may do, if anything, to draw our attention to that anniversary. Might he open the eyes of Abraham's offspring to recognise and embrace their Messiah whom they pierced? Who can say? Whether or not he does anything to jolt us from our collective slumber, believers will anticipate the coming anniversary with sobriety blended with euphoria. They will respond to God's grace by raising the cup of salvation towards heaven in joyful adoration. Believers will never forget